Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Two of Wands. That has everything to do with dominion. Okay, let's see what this bowl has to say, what these tea leaves have to say. All right. This one just kind of hanging. It looks like a little bird. It's hanging on the edge there. So we have an incoming message, don't we? Somebody who has maybe transcended their physical form is coming around to tell you something. We're going to find out. Maybe we'll get some little insights about that. But it seems like they, at least, and usually when we see it in the cardinal, and this is the cardinal, this is a person who loves you, a person who is watching out over you. I usually think of these as being like parents, grandparents, but it could be somebody else. It could be a spouse. Maybe you are widowed. It could be a good friend. It could be, aunt, uncle, caretaker, somebody, somebody's sibling, somebody of importance. And when they show up, they want you to know, I'm here. I love you. I'm watching you. I'm watching over you. I see all the little naughty things you do. No, I'm just kidding. But they're here to tell you they love you. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we have. Pudgy. Now we have a person who, it looks like actually two people. They're embracing. And it looks like they're just about to kiss, and we have the little heart there. So I do feel like there's a sense of maybe like a romantic entanglement here. Or at least the hopes of one. And so often I see these images, and it doesn't have to mean that this is with another person. A lot of times I think this is when we're getting into a place where we are kind of courting ourselves. We are, oh, come on, buddy. Where we are, kind of finding that passion that we have with being with ourselves, being with our own company, right? And, doing nice things for ourselves, going and finding new and exciting adventures, and taking ourselves dancing and to the movies, and maybe to a museum and a nice dinner, or whatever your idea of a fun evening, fun day might be, treating yourself to that, and sometimes that's the best love affair that we can have. I really believe that. And I think that's a theme that has come up in some Aquarius videos lately. And being an Aquarius moon myself, I like that. I look forward to taking myself out on some dates when my life gets a little less busy. Okay, let's see. We have an 8 right here. So a lucky number 8. Ooh, and we have the dragon right here. You can see its tail, and it's going right for that heart. So my goodness, we really do have a sense of, amour in the air. And I'm really interested. What is going on here? Are you having a kind of spring, fall love affair emerge? Is this a time when you are maybe rekindling something old, or have you met somebody new? It feels like, this is going to be a year of a lot of a lot of love, but it's not, I don't feel like this is a messy, super spicy, up and down, dramatic kind of love. This feels like it is a love of respect, a love of hearing and seeing and being with one another, enjoying each other, having fun. And that's the thing, really having some fun. And, maybe doing some new things. And that's really another theme I really am feeling here is, it's a new part of your life. And I feel like it's like, you know what you like already, and you have probably hobbies and interests and things that you're really good at. But I also feel like there's a sense of adventure really emerging within self. And, and that could be big adventures. You're, going up to Alaska and you're gonna, I don't know, like, I don't know what you do out there. Maybe, climb some glaciers or something. I don't know if that's even a thing. But something like big, or maybe, you are, getting adventurous in your local community, trying different things. One thing that I'm looking forward to, I promised my daughter I would take her to do her first, making pottery, right? And then painting it and having it fired. And I'm so excited. She's almost 4. And I'm excited myself. Now, I've done this before, but it's been a long time. So it will be like a new adventure once again. And for her, it's, first time. So really looking forward to that. And so maybe you'll have some smaller adventures like my daughter and I. But yes, I think this is a year of love, adventure, finding new things to kind of, I think of like the little shimmeries in life, right? I read this thing about how this idea of having shimmery things, little shimmery moments, where we have moments that trigger kind of, traumas or different kinds of, maybe sensory things. I have quite a few sensory things myself, and whatever else, hard emotions, feeling uncomfortable, things that happen when you get triggered. And, but the shimmeries, these are the things that make you feel magical. These are the things that give you little bursts of joy in your life. You find something magical in life. Like if you've ever played video games, they have things called like Easter eggs or whatever, and I think that's what they're called. And they're like special little things that the creators put in, and they kind of stand out, and they maybe aren't part of the game fully, but they're something special, like a cool little item that you find or whatever. Well, so is life, right? Sometimes we just find the neatest stuff. Sometimes we have experiences that bring the most interesting sensations and impressions, and it's something. It's like the universe is talking to you. It's reminding you you are alive. You're alive and well, and you're out here, and you're doing the dang thing. And here is a shimmery little something to remind you again and again and again. And I feel like this is the year of those kinds of experiences, and really, not just kind of, oh, cool, okay, back to my day, but really being open, your heart open, your mind open, and taking it all in, being grateful and experiencing it on a deeper level. When we're living in a place of gratitude, I feel like our experiences are so potent, especially the ones that do bring ease to our life, do bring happiness and moments of great beauty that are just very striking. And yeah, when you're in that place where you are feeling that gratitude, it means so much more, it hits deeply. Okay, let's see. What else do we have going on? Another heart. My goodness. And I think, what this really does have to do with that two of wands, excuse me. I always think it's the four because there's the four edges, but yes, the two of wands. It is a sense of really taking in this feeling of love and pleasure and excitement, and allowing yourself to really being that place in your life where you are not going to squander these good moments, because we know we can go through weeks, months, years where things just never align in the way that we hope them to. We struggle. And things just, whatever it is, it just one thing after another. And even sometimes worse than that is a feeling of, apathy or melancholy, a disinterest in things, borderlining on depression, or maybe, depression, anxiety, listlessness, and it can go on and on and on, and it's hard to figure out how to escape that labyrinth. So, when we do have these blocks of time in our life, and we are getting to a place where, it's like we're having a just open conversation with the universe, and it is showing us all there is to see, and every corner that we go around, there's something new to kind of pique our interest, or at least give us that sensation of I'm on the right path, right? It always reminds me of, like in the Gospel of St. Thomas, when Jesus is talking about, like, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember. I'm not good at memorizing things, but basically he says, like, if you split a piece of wood, I am there. Wherever you go, wherever you look, I am there. I am in all things. I'm always with you. You don't have to go to special places, or be among certain people, or whatever. There doesn't have to be a certain alignment to this thing. I am everywhere all the time. I am here for you. And I think that's always true with the divine. It's not limited to experiencing Jesus or Christianity or any of the Abrahamic religions, but it is a sense of that divine thing, that God thing, that goddess thing, the universe, however you experience it, but it is always there. Now, the thing that does have to happen for us is, our heart being open, our eyes being open, being willing to receive, right? And, I think a lot of times we come to these channels and we're looking for some kind of confirmation that this is going to be the week that you win a bunch of money. And I understand that, I never mean to, like, come down on this idea of, like, looking for where am I going to find my fortune? Where is there going to be a jackpot here? you know, which is in my titles. And, you know, maybe that confuses people. But I feel like, listen, being with spirit is the jackpot that I'm talking about. But yes, I understand coming here and looking for, you know, some kind of insights on how are things going to go financially. Now, I do believe that there are always opportunities in our lives, hopefully anyways. It is a matter of figuring out how do we see them, okay? And how do we make use of them? I can tell you that so often in my own life, I have been limited because, and this is the truth, I have been limited because I did not believe in myself. I've been limited because I was afraid to, you know, try something different, you know, a different career, a different job, you know, do something that, in my mind, nobody told me I couldn't do it. I just thought maybe I'm not good enough for that. I'm not smart enough for that. I don't have any, you know, experience there. Well, guess what? You have to start somewhere, right? So, you know, so often it comes down to figuring out how to change our perceptions. Be able to receive the information that is there. Receive the gifts that are there. And they're there for us. And we got to figure out how are we going to get to them. You know, what are we going to do? And so, you know, and I think Aquarius, in these last months, in the last 6 months, in the last year, it's not been easy. It hasn't been. But we do have, and I'm looking at this person here who's kind of standing there, and they have a wand, okay? And I feel not only that there's been a emergence of greater passions, okay, after a time of a lot of struggle, but there is, again, this feeling of you knowing what you need to do, what you want to do, of not wanting to compromise anymore. I think you spent a good deal of your life trying to get by, but also trying to live in other people's worlds. And that's, you know, that's not to come down on you. We all do it. I constantly find myself living in my daughter's world, trying to see things the way she's a big personality. She is, for a little girl. She's a big personality. She likes things how she likes them. She has both mommy and daddy twisted around her finger. So it's hard. It is hard. It's hard. But, you know, at some point we have to live in our own life. We have to make our own, you know, our own theater, our own play, right? And I think that this has been this period of time where, you know, you've come into a place where you just can't stand to do it anymore. You're just going to be who you are. The many things, the shifting things, the most interesting and clever and creative and you know, maybe sometimes you don't make sense, and sometimes you do things that are embarrassing and silly, and your kids tell you, stop it, don't do that, you're embarrassing us. Well, you know what? Then look somewhere else. You know, it's just, this is a time of dominion of your own life. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's a beautiful thing. And this is, you know, this is the gift of this year for you, this year of the dragon. And it's only just begun. It's only just begun. Although we're, you know, already into like what, almost a quarter in. Ugh. I don't know how the days go by so quickly, but It is, you know, it's still, we have time, and we have these next seasons coming up, you know, the summer slash winter in the southern hemisphere. This will be, I think, a great time of just really, I feel like one big thing that's like, it just cracks it all open. I think you're going to find something interesting. I almost imagine you going on some kind of retreat, or like a festival or something. Something I always think of Aquarius people as being really into music, moving your bodies and expressing yourself through, you know, kind of rhythmic movements and postures and passes and, you know, ecstatic kinds of things and sensuality and so on. And I think this will be a return to all of that, because I have felt in the readings that there's just been this kind of trying to, you know, dim your light for somebody else a little bit, because it's almost like having like a jealous spouse or something, and they just don't like the way that you do things. They don't like that you're so friendly to everyone. They don't like that you, you know, meet people easily, and people really, you know, are attracted to your energy. They want to know you. They want to be your friends. And maybe this spouse is gone, or, you know, things have changed a little bit, or whatever it is. But I feel like you just absolutely cannot deal with that energy no more. You know, this is the era. Well, what was that movie? Like, how Stella got her groove back. I remember that from when I was a kid, you know, and now it makes a lot more sense. You know, I don't know the particulars of the movie, but, you know, the sense of, yeah, coming back into your mojo, getting back into the place that you feel like you again. Okay, and here's the heart. Here we go, another heart. Yeah, there's a lot of love. We also have, it looks like a wolf, and we have the moon. So that seems like an interesting, really drawn by the waters. So I do feel like, and we also have we had that person with the wand. So I do feel like there's a sense of big emotionality too. But I think that it's like you're letting yourself feel how you feel. You're realizing that, that trying to, you know, like sedate yourself, to limit yourself, to not feel how you feel, to feel guilty for feeling the things that you feel, for, you know, just the things that rise in you innately, the intuitions that you have, the guilt that it brings in trying to communicate that. Just not living in that emotional prison anymore. You know, just being able to say what it is that you need to say. What you absolutely can't hide anymore. You can't push it down. You know, you notice something's weird, you're going to say it's weird. This is weird. I don't know what this is. I need to know. I need to talk about it. You know, and not being made to feel like you can't. You know, and I think that that's the thing. It's the emotions. It's the emotional waters. It's the ebb and flow of things. It's the communication. It's the connection. And it's a heart connection. Soul to soul, right? And that can only be achieved through, you know, really transparent communication. Really, really being honest with yourself, most of all. But, you know, the person that you are communing with. Now, that's not to say that you can't have private things. We all need private parts of our lives. Okay, I'm a firm believer in, you know, saving the sacred for yourself. Yes, we can share some of it. Yes, we can invite people into our temples. But we must have our own things, you know. we live in a world now where I don't know what happened, where people just, you know, they share every aspect of their being, and, you know, maybe that's okay. I don't know. But I feel like there should be things that are just for you, you know, whatever that is. I mean, it's not any particular kind of thing, but some things, especially in our relationships, right? We're still individual people, should be for ourselves. But I do feel like there is a sense of really, really being able to say things very clearly and honestly, and not being met with criticism or you know, the person kind of lashing out at you or becoming upset with you in a way that becomes unreasonable, you know, and manipulative or controlling or whatever. You know, I think that you have probably spent a lot of energy trying to clear out those kind of relationships from your life. And I think it's the best thing that you could ever do for yourself, you know, and we have to, at some point, if we're going to do the work, we have to try to be with people who will receive us how we are, you know, in all of our different stages of self-evolution, and we meet them with the same energy, right? That's the thing. It has to be met with the same energy. And so, you know, I think this is a time that is, it's a profound growth here. Okay, let's take a look. We have the Dreamer's deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams. Okay, and I'm just going to flip through here. I'm going to stop where it feels right. I know that sitting in silence is the surest way to hear my intuition speak. I am listening. I am listening. Yes. All right. Aquarius, I want to tell you I love you, and I do so very much. And I thank you for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And now, if you would be so kind as to like the video, it does help the channel quite a bit. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. And it is free to subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all, and they mean a lot to me. And other than that, yeah, I think that's it. So I thank you, and I love you, and take care of yourself, and we will talk in just a few days. Good night.